Hey everybody, in this video I'll be going over how enmeshment causes dissociation in adulthood. And if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe and also hit the notification bell button so you won't miss new videos as they come out. For those who don't know, dissociation is a defense mechanism that helps the mind to cope with overwhelming stress or trauma. It involves a disconnection between a person's thoughts, identity, consciousness, or even memory. In simple terms, it's like a mental escape. Basically, it can help individuals survive painful experiences by mentally distancing themselves from the distressing situation. Now, the key phrase is distressing situation, because if the so-called distressing situation keeps happening over and over 24/7, 365 days of the year, then those who've been enmeshed could get addicted to this cycle of dissociation, knowingly or unknowingly, and this is especially true if their sense of self hasn't been allowed to develop yet. Enmeshment trauma can lead to the development of specific parts or roles within an individual, such as a caretaker part, a people pleaser part, or a self-sacrificing part, because of the lack of responsibility from an enmeshed parent to develop a coherent and healthy individual self in a person who is being enmeshed. Going back to the idea of self, in enmeshed families, children often struggle to develop a strong sense of self. Their identities become intertwined with the identities and needs of their caregivers, making it challenging to establish their own identities. This lack of identity formation can make dissociation an appealing way to escape the confusion and the emotional entanglement caused by enmeshment. This lack of identity formation can make dissociation an appealing way to escape the confusion and the emotional entanglement caused by enmeshment. Enmeshment often leads to emotional overload. Children in enmeshed families are frequently exposed to intense emotions and emotional demands from their caregivers. This is especially true if the child has been exposed to unwanted emotions way above their age limit and have had to carry these emotional charges attached to it without a place to lay it down, especially laying down the burdens which was never theirs to carry in the first place. This could even lead to emotional numbness, where the enmeshed person experiences an inability to fully participate in life, fails to access their feelings like I mentioned, feels detached and distanced from others, feels flat both physically and emotionally, have difficulty with experiencing positive feelings such as happiness, lose interest in activities they once used to enjoy, and the most sad part, prefers isolation rather than being with others. So to cope with this emotional overwhelm, one may resort to dissociation as a way to distance themselves from the intensity of these emotions. Another way how enmeshment causes dissociation is because enmeshed families often prioritize a form of fake harmony and avoid conflict at all costs. This pressure to maintain an image of unity can lead individuals to suppress their true feelings and thoughts, which leads to dissociation. Dissociation can become a means of avoiding confrontation and emotional turmoil, allowing individuals to escape from the suppression of their authentic selves. This does not mean that the enmeshed person is weak-minded or lack strength in any way, shape, or form, but rather has been programmed to think that he or she is weak-minded for the sake of the enmeshing parent, because that makes it easier for them to control the person who is being enmeshed. When growing up in an enmeshed family environment, the child would rather hang on to a hypothetical idea of a family than face the truth that there is no family there for him or her at all, emotionally and mentally speaking. But in order to hang on to this idea, he or she must act the role in this dysfunctional family system so as to get their needs met, which, as much as it's toxic, is just a form of survival. By the way, I put up content related to enmeshment at least once every week, so if you're interested in videos similar to this, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification button so you won't miss it whenever it comes out. So those are some of the ways I think enmeshment causes dissociation in adulthood. But just as much as enmeshment causes dissociation, enmeshment is also a phenomenon that's highly toxic to one's development. So if you'd like to learn about how enmeshment is highly toxic to one's mental, emotional, personal, and professional development, check out this video to my right. I hope this video was helpful in understanding more about enmeshment. Thank you for watching.